Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go plug the heater.
Let's do it. It's pretty quiet. I mean, I'm talking to you. Can you hear me well on the camera? So in the manual of this Cabela's 4,000 watt gas only generator made by Champion, they say to change the oil 5 hours in, and they mean it. I say that because this is how dirty it came out after being ran for just 5 hours. You can see I poured a little bit of the extra fresh oil because I slightly overfilled it in here, and you can compare that little corner right there to the rest of this jug. And I'm just saying, this jug was, let's say, not spotless, but relatively clean, where you should have been able to see the few particles in the clean oil if this came out clean or slightly burnt. And it is definitely broke in oil. So definitely don't run that thing for too long on its first run. Definitely do your homework and do the 5 hour interval oil change out the gate and put some good oil in it. I went ahead and put 10W30 Valvoline oil. It should be a quality thing for this thing. Definitely give it an oil change. Let's see how it runs on its second oil change. Before I get too far into chopping stuff off, I figured I'd show you right here. I'm taking the motor mounts off. I thought I was going to use them and it would have been cool to kind of repurpose them, but really they're more in the way than they are useful. So we're chopping both of them off with the grinder and a cutting wheel, and we're going to see how much room we gain to indent possibly something down into this little cavity. Let's get to it. Still stuck on a little bit, but I think it's just about free. Just gotta cut that a little bit more, but it's pretty much free now. You can see I took time to clean up the tongue in several ways, just because it's finally time to do that made sense. So let's cut that off and then we'll see where we're at. Well, as you can see, we took both of the motor mounts off. I still need to probably touch this up a little bit there because I got this side pretty much flat. I actually cut into the frame ever so slightly, so I went ahead and welded it shut just to be safe. I'm going to grind that down, and then I'm going to paint the outsides of the frame rail and get that cleaned up. But then on the insides, I might go ahead and put a bar across closer to the jack here so we can actually mount the generator in here and have a permanent mounting point for it. So now you can see I added this bar in between ahead of this main crossover bar, and I leveled it from side to side using my little torpedo magnet level. I also got the trailer level so that this mounting point for the generator is level with the rest of the trailer. So I got it tacked in. I almost caught this loom on fire and burnt it down, but luckily I noticed it was on fire before it got too far off and I just blew it out. I'll probably just shove the loom further up in there, and there's actually a secondary loom inside that actually has the wires in it. In theory, I should be good without any wire problems. I'll know soon when I hook up the trailer to the Jeep and give it a quick brake test. But we're gonna tack this in the rest of the way, and then we're gonna see how we're gonna mount this generator on it once it's strong enough to hold it. So this is where we're at right now with the generator rack. You can see I kind of got it roughed up with this plate steel and this one piece of angle, and really I don't think we're gonna need much more than that. I thought maybe a 2x4, yes, a wooden one, would go nice right here as something softer than metal, and right here, and kind of conform it to the corners of the generator just to help it hold back a little bit easier with something softer. But outside of that, I think this rack down here is basically going to be it. We're eventually going to take some diamond plating, same stuff we got right here, sheet metals, and we're going to build like a little housing for it so that you can place it on it and it'll stay dry. But then if you get to camp, you could either easily open a little flap right here to get the pool start, or a flap right here for the muffler, and then another one for the power outlets, and then last but not least, probably one for the gas thing. But outside of that, we're hoping to build a little contraption that kind of hides this and also keeps it out of the weather. Now we gotta weld these pieces of sheet metal to the cross members we got here built onto the frame, so that we have a mounting point and a starting point for this thing. I'll probably take some of the diamond sheet metal and put it across the bottom and make like a tray as well that's based off of this flat steel. So this is where we're at now. I welded in this pipe going across, and I'm gonna put AC condenser insulation on it, kind of like a pool noodle, and it's gonna go alongside the front to keep it kind of in place. These rods are gonna have the same AC condenser insulation on them at the end, so the generator can't walk too far one way. I'm planning to have 4 of them. The only real concern is making sure you don't catch them on fire with the muffler side, but I'm gonna make them shorter than the pipe for now, and then maybe slowly find out if they get warm from use, and then determine if I can go full length or not. So after a lot of hard work, this is what it looks like. I didn't paint the tray, but eventually I'm gonna paint the tray. All the piping I might just leave as it is, because really it'll be protected underneath that insulation stuff, and it's not like it's gonna rust out in my lifetime. But let's grab the generator, give you a rough idea where it's at right now. And that's what it looks like in there. Hopefully I can get a little bit of a video with the insulation around it here in an hour or so to make it really seem complete. But we have one last thing to do. We're going to take this piece of angle, pretty thin, but it's going to serve a good purpose. This right here kind of flexes, and I would rather it push up nice and snug against the generator. So we're going to put this plate in there and bolt it to the original cross member with 5/16 bolts, and then I might actually drive a self-tapper into this angle like I did here, there, and along the edges of this diamond plating sheet metal, just so it gives a little bit more strength behind there. So here in my garage, I went ahead and cut all the AC condenser insulation and zip tied it to it, because if you don't zip tie it, it's either going to blow off, or B, it's going to fall apart and unravel off of the trailer. So I went ahead and zip tied it, and man, that thing is snug. Snug enough, at least. Let's put it that way. I don't think it would go anywhere with these bungee straps holding it down. I'm planning to do a ratchet strap, and I'll probably put some kind of hook or eyelet here, or I'll go through it like this and down. I just haven't got that far yet. One thing that kind of frightened me after I was starting to jack the trailer down, I was like, oh no, what about my jack? The way it lays here, not an issue. You could have that thing almost maxed out and it would just be getting up to this area, and you could still pull and turn the knob like you need to get the generator running. So we are in good shape, and it's looking great on the front of the trailer here. Thanks for watching, everybody. There'll probably be a part 2 specifically of the generator when we build like a shield that goes over it here on the front that like kind of fastens down so that it can stay in a waterproof, more or less, containment for itself. We'll see you on those videos.